Am I the asshole for joking with my wife about not being ready for sundress season? She overheard me and my friends joking around when we were playing video games. I joked that I can't wait for sundress season to be here. After they left, she told me to take her shopping. I asked her why and she said to buy her a sundress because it's almost sundress season. I jokingly said she wasn't ready, and she offended by it. Not much else to say other than if I'm the asshole for cracking a joke at that because she's made a bigger deal out of it than what I thought. For the record, my wife is probably overweight. But I'm not an idiot and didn't tell her that. You are the asshole. Your wife thought she was overhearing a cute compliment and wanted to buy something special to wear for you because of it, and instead you implied she needed a diet and exercise regimen. You are the asshole for 2 reasons. 1. You are excited about sundress season to check out women that are not your wife. 2. You told your wife that she's not ready for sundress season, implying that she's fat, and making her feel insecure about her body. Bonus 3. You actually typed this out thinking you were somehow not a total awe. Rolling on the floor laughing. I can't believe this is a real question. If this is real, you are the asshole. That's like if your wife said she would never turn down a big dick. Then you try to start some right after and she says no because she is not in the mood. I can't wait to see everyone in a sundress but you. But don't worry honey, I love you. You are the asshole. Apologize profusely and buy her a sundress. You are the asshole. If you are excited for sundress season, but you don't want to see her, then you're exciting for checking out other women in sundresses. How is she supposed to take that? You are the asshole. You literally told your future ex-wife you were excited to see women in sundress, but not her. You are the asshole. You think making jokes about your wife's weight is funny? And then you have the audacity to be annoyed when she expresses that you hurt her feelings? You better get on your hands and knees and beg for forgiveness. You are the asshole. You talked up sundresses and she wanted to look good in one for you. You turned her down. Just because it's cold outside still doesn't mean that she can't wear it around the house and look good just to feel good. The way you said she wasn't ready implies her weight in a joke, and implies that you're more looking forward to looking at other women in sundresses instead of her. Am I the asshole for telling my brother to just get a paternity test without telling his wife? Throwaway for obvious reasons. Shit has hit the fan in the last 2 days. Only my family knows what has happened, so I need an outside perspective. Some important context. My brother and I recently found out that my dad is not actually his dad. Our mom had an affair and passed my brother off as my father's. My brother only found out because of some tests run while he and his wife were trying to conceive. So on to the current situation. My little brother and his wife had a baby boy about a month ago. Understandably, my brother is still pretty shaken by our mother's affair and lies. And he obviously is going to need some sort of therapy to move forward. I've told him this already. Despite this, he seemed to be doing well until the start of April. The current issue came to be because my brother has dark hair and very dark eyes. But his baby boy is blonde as can be and has blue eyes. Apparently, some of our family's comments about the baby's coloring really set my brother off. He came to me last week panicking about the possibility of my nephew not biologically being his. At first, it sounded like he wanted to go nuclear and confront his wife. It also seemed to me like he already made up his mind about her having cheated. I did not want him to confront my sister-in-law and potentially blow up his own marriage because of our parents' shitty marriage. I also tried to explain that my nephew's eye and hair color could very well darken in the coming years, but he wasn't listening. Given the situation, I gave the best advice I could think of at the time. Get an over-the-counter paternity test on his own. Then when the results come back that my nephew is his, then he can drop this stupid obsession and work on his trust issues on his own in therapy. So ultimately I suggested he just do the cheek swab in secret, pay the couple $100, and wait to see. Well, he paid for the test with a credit card he shares with his wife. She saw what the charge was for and apparently went ballistic. She kicked him out of the house, so now he's crashing with me. In the past couple of days, I've fielded calls from my sister-in-law, my own mother, and my father. Everyone seems to be in agreement that I've caused this. Am I the asshole here? Edit. Because this seems to have been missed. I know my nephew's coloring doesn't mean he is not biologically my brother's. I tried to tell my brother this and he would not listen. For the record, I have no doubt the test will find that he is my brother's biological son. I just didn't want him to jack up his marriage by bringing his unfounded paranoia to his wife. I was trying to get him to deal with his trust issues privately without insulting my sister-in-law. Update. Yep, I'm a total asshole, and I'm stupid, and I give bad advice, but not for the reason you guys think. I stayed late at school to avoid my brother who is staying with me. I thought he was being paranoid and dumb, and I'll admit I didn't want to deal with it. Well, I just got home to my brother bawling his eyes out. He isn't the father. Apparently, the reason my sil found out about the test is because he paid a large premium to get the test somewhere that offered expedited results. She noticed the large charge since it was on a shared CC with a small limit. She lost her shit on him because she knew he found her out and she couldn't manipulate him out of getting the test because it was already done. My brother left out quite a few details when we spoke initially, including a history of her cheating throughout the course of their relationship. I'm guessing he didn't tell me because he didn't want me to hate her if the baby was his. I feel horrible I didn't believe him. As much as this sucks, I'm glad she won't be able to continue to gaslight him into believing her lies. Guys, trust your gut. Holy shit. I'm sure there will be more tests, lawyers, therapy, and tears. This isn't really an update. If you're wondering why I'm even writing this, my brother knew the results over an hour ago. He texted her the results and told her they needed to talk. She immediately blocked him, me, and my brother's friends on everything. I'm writing this in the hopes that she sees this. Screw you, Amber, coward. Yikes, 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 what a sad scenario. I feel like there were options here other than accuse Sil of cheating and buy a paternity test from paternitytestnow.com, guaranteed to be obvious on your credit card statement. I do think it was wrong of you to say he should get a secret, yet apparently not, test without even talking to his wife about his very understandable new paternity-related trauma and anxiety. No one's looking great here. Edited to add that the op of this completely 100% true rollercoaster of a shitpost blocked me, so if I don't reply to your comment it's not because I didn't have anything to say, LMAO. Some of these comments didn't age well. Not the asshole. Screw you, Amber, coward. Lol. LMAO, to those who said op was the asshole. Turns out, we're the assholes. Lesson I learned. Fuck that, get a test. Well, these comments aged poorly. Not the asshole. In secret includes not doing it on a shared credit card. Your brother's mistake isn't your fault. In contrary, you are his hero, because, based on the results, you saved your brother from raising a child that isn't his. F his soon-to-be ex-wife. Let her be a single mom and reach out to the true baby daddy. You gave the correct advice and it would have been fine if he would have been smarter in hiding, ordering the test. Hindsight is fucking 2020. At this point I feel no reason to argue the morality of your decision, I'm just super grateful you did. Holy shit. Update us when the results come back. Am I the asshole I told my sister as think it's wrong she's getting divorced over her husband's son? My sister is 30 and is married to a man who she, and our family, love. They've said they wanted to be child-free since they met 4 years ago. They had a nice life, where they both worked, have a dog, nice house, etc. About a year ago, he found out that he had a son. The mother was an acquaintance he slept with 6 years ago, who had never told him about him. She passed away, and her elderly mother has too many health issues for her to have custody. So he went to live with them. He's an amazing little kid, and our family has grown to love him too. So we were all shocked a month ago when my sister said her and him were going to separate. She said she loves her husband, but she can't take being a stepmother anymore, and that everything from not being able to watch adult shows at all hours of the day to asking him to do his homework makes her miserable. Her husband is absolutely devastated. As they have always had a happy marriage and still love each other, she'll be the first one to say this. He didn't want children either, but understands he's the only parent this boy has now. I also found out that this little boy is taking the fact that she's moving out and taking their dog, she was hers originally, very hard, no doubt due to the loss he's already experienced, and I felt devastated by that. When we were at our parents' house last weekend, I asked to talk to her, and after some back and forth, I told my sister it seemed wrong and selfish to hurt not only her husband but also her stepson this way, after not even a full year of trying to make it work. She didn't take that well and hasn't spoken to me since. Essentially she said she's never wanted children and wants no part of raising one, and that I have no right to call her wrong or selfish over that. My family seems to agree with me on this, but my mom is very upset that my sister is furious with me and the family members that agree with me. Am I the asshole? You are the asshole. You don't actually know what her life has been since the boy came to live with them. She didn't sign up to raise a child, to do his laundry, take him to school, help with his homework. She doesn't want to be any kind of parent. That's her right. She tried for almost a year. She's not happy with the situation, so she's leaving. What would you want her to do? Stay and be miserable? Dig herself into depression to raise a child she never wanted? Do you think it would be better for the kid to live with someone who doesn't want to live with him? Who doesn't want to take care of him? Who is resenting him because she has to change her lifestyle over a decision her husband made before they even met? You are the asshole. You have nothing to do with this but insist on making your opinions known when your sister did not ask for your help or advice. It's a tough situation to be in, but that's the thing, you aren't in it. She is, and she does not want to be a parent. It takes a huge amount of self-awareness and emotional intelligence to say, I love you but this isn't the future I want, so I'm going to walk away instead of making all of us miserable for the rest of our lives. You need to apologize to your sister and support her in what is an extremely difficult time for her. Their family situation is not about you. You are the asshole. Honestly, your lack of empathy for your sister is astounding. You are the asshole. This isn't just about your sister having a right to leave. A parent-child relationship is like so many others, where it can't be healthy if one half doesn't want to be there. The same way staying in a marriage with someone you don't love hurts your spouse, remaining a parental figure when you do not want to be a parent hurts the child. There's an idea that women should just want to be parents, and if they don't then they can somehow learn to like it. But we don't really say that about any other relationships or societal roles. This fundamentally changes her life. The kid is going to be sad for now, but a lot happier in the long run. She doesn't want to be a parent more than she loves her husband. Period. That may be because she really hates being a parent, or maybe she never loved her husband as much as you all thought. Or maybe there's more you don't know but she doesn't want to talk about that. Regardless, it's over. What was your goal when you talked to her? Really, what did you realistically think would happen? That she'd have an epiphany and suddenly want to be a mom? Please. Or that she'd suck it up and be miserable to avoid appearing selfish? How would that have been a good outcome? You are the asshole. Sorry, but you are the asshole. You don't get to weigh in on this. She married on the premise of a child-free future and through nobody's fault, has been abruptly thrust into the unwanted role of stepmother. Stepmother to a grieving child who doesn't know their dad at all. She didn't sign up for this, and if she stays, her resentment will poison all three of them. It's a difficult situation, but she is not obligated to deal with her entire life being altered because 6 years ago a woman she never met decided not to tell the father of her child that she was pregnant. Man, I'm sad for this little boy. If this is a deal-breaker for your sister, then you have to respect that. She's being upfront and she is not making her husband choose between her and his kid. You are the asshole for guilt-tripping her over this. Your brother-in-law is young enough to meet someone who would be okay with kids and being a step-parent. You can keep loving the boy as well.